The Mau Mau Rebellion, also known simply as the Mau Mau Uprising, was a significant armed anti-colonial and nationalist movement that took place in British Kenya, now known as Kenya, during the 1950s. It was a pivotal chapter in Kenya's struggle for independence from British colonial rule. The roots of the Mau Mau movement can be traced back to various grievances among the Kikuyu people, who were the largest ethnic group in Kenya. These grievances included loss of land due to British colonization, economic exploitation, and social injustices. The movement derived its name from the term Mau Mau, which was initially used by the British to refer to a secret society called the Kenya Land Freedom Army, KLAFA. The Mau Mau Rebellion officially began in 1952 with a series of attacks on British colonial authorities, white settlers, and fellow Kikuyu, who were seen as collaborators with the colonial regime. The rebellion was characterized by guerrilla warfare, ambushes, and acts of violence aimed at disrupting British control and undermining the colonial economy. The British responded with a heavy-handed counterinsurgency campaign. They declared a state of emergency, implemented strict security measures, and established detention camps where suspected Mau Mau members and sympathizers were held. The British also employed a scorched earth policy, destroying villages and homesteads suspected of supporting the rebels. One of the most infamous aspects of the Mau Mau Rebellion was the Hola Massacre in 1959, where 11 detainees were beaten to death by British security forces in a detention camp. This incident garnered international attention and increased pressure on the British government to address the situation. Over time, the British adopted a more conciliatory approach as they realized the growing discontent among the Kenyan population and the changing international sentiment regarding colonialism. Political negotiations and pressure from nationalist leaders like Jomo Kenyatta eventually led to the Lancaster House Conference in London in 1960, where a path towards Kenyan independence was agreed upon. In 1963, Kenya gained independence from British colonial rule. Jomo Kenyatta became the country's first prime minister, and later its first prime minister, and later its first president. The Mau Mau Rebellion had a profound impact on the trajectory of Kenya's history. It not only played a significant role in expediting the decolonization process, but also highlighted the injustices faced by many African nations under colonial rule. The legacy of the Mau Mau Uprising remains complex and multifaceted. It is celebrated as a symbol of resistance and national pride in Kenya. Yet the violence and brutality associated with the movement also raise ethical and moral questions. The Mau Mau Rebellion continues to be studied by historians and scholars as a pivotal moment in the struggle against colonialism and the quest for self-determination.